across all the platforms. You have to drop a comment if you want me to see if you want me to see that you're here. You have to drop a comment. Usually in these broadcasts, I talk about cannabis in the Bible, targeted individuals, and the science of healing. And we're going to look to take your first comment. I'm just testing out this new setup. So we're going to see if this new setup is any good for us. And we're looking for that first comment. See, I've been testing it out, as you can see, you guys. In fact, we can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, let's move this right here. Make this a little bit bigger. Oh. Make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Something like that. Oops. Actually, let's do it like this. Who are the targeted? Thanks, Weedman Do. Targeted individuals are thousands and thousands among us. It does sound crazy, right? So you have to Google targeted individuals. Basically, we have been tortured by the United States, actually military forces. What's up, Ashtons? So we are targeted with stalking and electronic harassment, that is cyber torture with electronic weapons. The targeted are empowered individuals as identified by Department of Homeland Security as empowered individuals. And I was targeted for my cannabis activism in Louisiana. So the targeted are among us are NSA whistleblowers like intelligence directors like Bill Binney of the NSA. He's a targeted individual and he's a well-respected member of the intelligence community. So the targeted are some among the best and brightest among us. How's your morning been so far? Pretty good, man. I'm just testing out this new system. See, I got this new system where everybody can see the comments there on the screen. So hopefully that's working out. Does it look good on Twitch? Am I looking good on Twitch? Just let me know. I'm just trying out this new setup. Make it sound like they're going to kill you. Well, it's a takedown program. It's actually a murder program. They try to suicide you. They try to make you commit suicide is one of the aims of the program. So it is like COINTELPRO. It's a takedown program. It is designed to neutralize someone in the field. So I was like disabled and shit. I have brain damage. I have traumatic brain injury, and this shit the torture that I underwent constantly for 6 years straight took a toll. I don't like it on scope. Why don't you like it on scope? What can I do? What can I do about it? I want everybody to be able to see the comments across the platforms. So, I mean, I want to make sure the comments can be seen because I'm live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Periscope and all that. Natasha's in the house. She says, have a good day, everyone. You have a good day too, Natasha. Glad to have you with us. Look, I can even type across all the platforms. Watch. Test. And it comes through. See, now I have this new ability, so I can go like tinyurl.com/healing research. I can do shit like that. I can drop links. See that? I can drop links. How about that? I can do it all, you guys. Natasha, hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, this was just a test stream. I'm glad that Weedman Do is talking about targeted individuals, though, because we get gang stalked and electronically harassed within an inch of our life. It is a murder program. It is a murder program. People are murdered by this program every day, including veterans. Veterans get particularly hard targeted. That's who gets targeted, veterans, with this garbage. Yep, so our veterans are definitely targeted individuals. Most of them, they get electronic weapons pointed at them. Thank you for your service. They get gang stalked. Thank you for your service. I put out an SOS call to the military because these are weapons of mass destruction. I got no response from the military. I got crickets from the military. When the military is who we need to respond to this, the military is who is perpetrating this. I traced this down to military base in Washington State with the help of a former military police officer. One police officer told me it's normal to hear voices. The other police officer called the base and complained about the electronic weapons that I was experiencing. So he knows that they're coming from the base. These are coming from military bases, you guys. These weapons are satellite weapons coming from military bases. So the military is who's supposed to come bail us out in the event of weapons of mass destruction and acts of war on non-combatant civilians. So I don't know what we're gonna do about it, you guys. I don't know what we're gonna do about it. We're non-combatant civilians out here, and we're getting targeted with torture. So that's what's going on with me. You definitely should Google it. Targeted individuals, gang stalking, voice to skull. You know, I would definitely Google that, you guys. Anyway, how you doing, Ashton? You doing all right today? I just want to make sure everybody's comments can load up on the screen here. And I'll probably come back on later. I just wanted to test the capabilities here. Weedman Dude doesn't like it on Periscope. How you like it on Periscope, Natasha? Now I've only got Twitch watching. Okay, cool. I can see who's watching. That's cool. 5 from 5. Okay, cool. Anyway, what's going on, Twitch? Here we go. I'm doing great. I just had a wake and bake about to study for my driver's test. Oh, nice, nice. Now, you should not go into your driver's test stone. You should never drive stone, so be careful with that. Make sure you have enough time to chill out before that. Also, if you're not 18, I would recommend getting your medical card, so that way you can be legal. If you're not 18, you should get a medical card. Okay? You should ask your doctor about medical marijuana. That's my advice. Because I know you're not 21 and stuff. So. But you get a driver's test? Is this your first time you had a license? That's pretty cool, man. I had to retake my driver's test one time. I passed it. I passed it pretty with flying colors, you could say. It's not too hard of a test. You just gotta know your speed limits, know the law. LOL, I want my test to be sometime next week, and my mom is in the process of getting her car, so at least anything in the house will be covered. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. Well, you should worry about getting your car too, just because you probably have medical need. I mean, if you're someone who experiences benefit from using cannabis, you probably have a medical need to use it. So I would get that established with your doctor, just so you get under the correct, medicine going, and you have a doctor's supervision and shit like that. You know. But what state are you in? Because that always makes a difference. I see you guys coming through on Facebook. You gotta drop a comment if you're coming through. Oh, he was in and out. Gotta drop comments, you guys, or I can't see you. Anyway, what else, you guys? Yeah, originally I did my research in 7th grade, and back then only small amounts of sayings would help with anxiety and depression. Now it's more about depression and arthritis. Well, in some states, any physician may prescribe it for any reason, any debilitating condition there is. So for anxiety and depression, in some states it can be prescribed, like in my state, for example. So it depends on the laws in your state. Arthritis, though, that's probably like chronic pain. You could probably get it for that. You just want to make sure you're covered. Especially if you can afford to go to the doctor and all that, y'all should go ahead and just do all that garbage and get on paper correctly. I see people coming through on Facebook. Just drop a comment if you're coming through on Facebook. That way I can see who you are. Otherwise, I can't really see who's coming through. We're chatting with Ashton over here on Twitch. We're live across all the platforms, including Facebook. So I like to hear from everybody on Facebook for sure. We're just chit-chatting in here today. But I would like to get my card, and I'm currently in a case between my mom and my dad with DCF involved. I don't think I should bring attention to that. Oh no, definitely don't do that. Unless it's between you and your doctor. You and your doctor. But that sucks that DCF is involved. That sucks, man. That's always a bad sign. I wish you guys a happy, healthy, full family, regardless of what happens. Hope everybody can come to peaceful resolutions and everybody can be a happy family again, you know? 'Cause that shit sucks. Anyway, young man, what else is going on? We're going to keep this one short, so maybe any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, or last words? How about that? Because I'm gonna delete the replay too. So, any final thoughts? What's up, baseless accusation on DLive? What's going on, DLive? I'll spend some time with you on DLive. Follow me on DLive. I have like no followers on DLive, man. And I'm in Florida. There's a local dispensary with a lot of people around have cards, so I can probably get it. And with the whole case thing, it's fine. I just finally removed myself out in an abusive relationship with my dad. We just have to have house visits every week. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you could escape that situation. And just talk to your doctor about it, man. That's your best step. Just find a doctor who specializes in medical marijuana, probably. What's up, Jimbo? Hi, friend. What's going on DLive? You guys follow me on DLive. I have like no followers on DLive, so I'd appreciate a follow. Baseless and Jimbo. What's going on, you guys? Usually in these broadcasts, I talk about three things: cannabis in the Bible, targeted individuals, and the science of healing. So we can talk about any one or all three of those things with each one of you. I want you guys to know cannabis is in the Bible, I am a targeted individual, and there's healing in the scientific research. Miraculous healing is in the scientific literature. It's like a thing we can do in science, miraculous healing with our minds. So I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Jimbo has a little dude. He has a little dude. I can't really see what he's doing. He's put out a little emoji there. Can't quite see. He's tipping the hat. Tipping the hat. What's going on, man? It was kind of pixelated. That little GIF or whatever it is. That little emoji. Kind of pixelated, but tipping the hat. I see that. This guy's ready to hear about it. Well, Google targeted individual, Q follower. You gotta know about targeted individuals. That one's eating pizza. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the little Q frog eating pizza. But you guys, you gotta know about targeted individuals. We get tortured by the government. We get stalked and harassed and tortured with electronic weapons. These are women and children being tortured by American military on American soil with civilian casualties. This is friendly fire, weapons of mass destruction, voice-to-skull technology, torturing human beings in America. Why do they do that? Well, if you have in mind war and psychological warfare and electronic warfare, you want to make sure that you have the best weapons systems possible if you're the nation like America. And so they do it for weapons testing. They do it to keep the country safe, they say, but they also do it to neutralize threats. And so Department of Homeland Security has identified people as empowered individuals. Basically, anyone who's an empowered individual gets watchlisted and potentially tortured. So targeted individuals is your Google term. Watch, targeted individual. Okay, you also want to do gang stalking and voice to skull. Directed energy weapons. All that. Those are your search terms. So Google all that, and then you'll know all about targeted individuals, about how I got tortured by the government for 6 years straight of my life. You'll learn all about it. You'll learn all about that, my friend. Anyway, what else, you guys? I also talk about cannabis in the Bible. So we talk about that. Cannabis is in the Bible. It was given to Moses in Exodus 30:23. It's called cannabosum in Hebrew, and basically it was given in the recipe for the anointing oil from God to Moses. He said, "Moses, you shall be as the alchemist whenever you put this oil together, this anointing oil." And it has cannabis in it by name. Cannabosum in Hebrew is cannabis. And we would know that but for the lying scribes who have handled the word falsely. According to the prophet Jeremiah, the word has been handled falsely. So we've been handed a mistranslation, a purposeful mistranslation in our current Bibles. It does not read cannabis as it should. In many places it should read cannabis, the word cannabis, where it does not. Therefore, we should burn all our Bibles and come out with a correct copy, because what we have right now is an error-filled book, the Bible that we hold now in English. The English Bible we hold now is in error, in grave error, and we must burn them all, because it doesn't say cannabis where it should. Cannabis is the tree of life. The book of Revelation 22. The tree of life is growing everywhere, and the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. No longer will there be any curse, you guys. That's the promise. The tree of life growing everywhere for the healing of the nations. This is what the Bible calls it. The cannabis is in the anointing oil. Jesus Christ is named after the anointing oil. Christ means anointed with anointing oil. Anointing oil has cannabis. Christ means anointed with cannabis oil. See how that works out? See how we find the mysterious identity of Jesus Christ as one who is anointed, the anointed one? Anyone who's drenched in anointing oil is the Christ. Okay, there are some Christs in the Old Testament, like Aaron. He was anointed with anointing oil. The anointing oil has cannabis in it, you guys. Alright, I believe I've been clear on that point. The last thing I'll share with you on DLive there, if you're still with me, throw up an emoji if you're still with me now. If you're following me now, throw up a little emoji or something so I can see that you're there. Because I'm not getting a lot of great feedback and I'm telling you some important stuff. Let's get a little emoji thrown up. Jimbo's still listening. Well, thank you, Patriot. Thank you, Patriot. So what you want is tinyurl.com/healing research. What you want is that right there. That shows us curing cancer in mice with our minds. So anyone can cure cancer with their thoughts alone. It's in the science. It's a meditation visualization technique that anyone can learn how to do, and it cures cancer in laboratory studies with mice. We inject mice with cancer. They reject their cancer if you pray for them correctly. It's a system of prayer, and it's 100% effective against cancer in laboratory studies. Contagious like a disease. The control box of mice was also healed, even though they weren't prayed for. Just like the experimental box was healed, the control box was healed too. 100% of those were healed, and they were healed for life. They would not take further injections of cancer. Cancer did not take hold. Without any further prayer treatment, they were healed for life. So this is in the scientific research, you guys. William Bingston, The Effects of the Laying of Hands on Human Breast Cancer Cells, Journal of Scientific Exploration, year 2000. And I'll link to the article there. You'll see the mice spitting their tumors against the wall, rejecting their tumors. You'll see that at the tinyurl.com/healing research. And that's all I have for you. That's all three items: targeted individuals, cannabis in the Bible, and healing in the research. So what are your thoughts on that, Jimbo? What do you think about that? Everything I just said, how's that sound? Is it good news? Except for targeted individuals, it's bad news. But is all that other stuff good news or what? Talking about the healing of the nations and the end of every curse. I mean, I think that's good news. Thanks for coming through on DLive. Seriously, I like to have people come through on DLive because I'm new on the platform, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, that covers everything I wanted to cover. Now, I mean, we can go a little back and forth if you want. We can chit chat a little bit. Or I could shut it down. Oh, I think that's scary based. What do you mean that's scary based? What does that mean? I think that's scary based. Baseless accusation says, yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for your attention on DLive, because these are the most important items I could possibly communicate to humanity at this moment. It's so based, it's scary. It's so based. It's scary. I don't know what that means. It's so based. But it is scary. It is scary, you guys. The truth about it is absolutely terrifying. With targeted individuals, cannabis in the Bible, the truth about why it's not in the Bible is absolutely terrifying. The reason that we don't hear about hands-on healing as the thing in the science is absolutely terrifying. The fact that we haven't looked at this and it's been in the research for 20 years and nobody's looked at it is absolutely terrifying. Totally scary. That's why I'm trying to bring it out for everybody so we can learn about it and do it. There's an element of doing the thing that we need to get on. Because it is doable, you guys. The healing of the nations and the end of every curse is doable according to the science. According to the science. According to the Bible, according to the science, all signs indicate healing of the nations absolutely possible. The end of every curse at hand, in our hands, at our fingertips, with the correct medicines, the correct teachings, the healing of the nations and the end of every curse, you guys. Good news. Pretty good news with a capital G and a capital N. Good news, like the gospel with a capital G, you guys. Anyway, let's see who else is coming through. Facebook, somebody's watching on Facebook. Hey, drop a comment if you're there on Facebook. That way I can see that you're here. I'm on a restream, so I can't really see people coming in and out. Otherwise, I would have waved to you on Facebook. So go ahead and drop a little comment if you're around. I've also got somebody checking in on Twitch still, watching on Twitch. That's cool. I can see all that. Anything else? Baseless accusation or Jimbo? Is there anything else we could talk about? Any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, or last words? Anything else? Hitler, thoughts? Sorry, Brother Nick, I don't have any. Oh, that's okay, Basis. I just wanted you to hear about those three things. Hitler, I mean, evil, absolutely evil. The occult's involved. A lot of Hitler's regime still has influence in the world to this day with the MK Ultra experiments and the mind control experiments, and the Project Paperclip still has large influence on our societies today. It's an absolute evil that we should leave in the 20th century. We should leave Hitler in the 20th century and heal the nations and end every curse. That's what I think about Hitler. Also, to an extent, it's how boring, tinyurl.com. Gertrude Stein had this to say about the secret weapons. How boring. She said they were boring because if they destroy everything, then what will there be left to be interested in? And what's interesting is people living life. So the way of destroying life is not as interesting as is living life. So that was a good perspective to have there from Gertrude Stein, you guys. I forget what city she's from. Where's Gertrude Stein from? Oakland or something? Where's Gertrude Stein from? Allegheny. That's where she was born, huh? Okay. Where'd she grow up? Allegheny. She spent years in Europe. Okay, okay. Well, anyway, Jimbo, that's my thoughts on Hitler. What do you think? What do you think about it, bud?